We're rolling into 2024 after a volatile few years in the MedTech market. So what are the predictions for the year ahead? Well, I've been looking into my FloodGate green crystal ball and have a few insights to share. To understand what the MedTech market will look like in 2024, we need to look back to the 3 years we've just experienced. Right at the end of the pandemic, we saw a massive pent-up demand fueled by cheap, sometimes free money that drove up the demand in all markets. That included capital markets with a whopping $800 billion in VC exit value in 2021, which drove an unprecedented frothiness in hiring from MedTech to hospitals to Main Street. As we know, this demand was not all good. With a post-pandemic snarled supply chain, we saw rapid price increases for all materials. We saw repercussions of the drastic increase in raw materials that, unlike other industries, due to GPO contracts or reimbursement fee schedules, MedTech manufacturers couldn't pass on the price increase. Rapidly increasing labor costs hit already slim hospital margins who were coming off COVID payments, while the elective surgery flow had not yet rebounded, causing hospital systems to fall significantly into the red. In fact, the nation's largest provider, Kaiser Permanente, went from an $8.1 billion profit in 21 to a $4.5 billion in 2022. MedTech also saw our salary run up, and we recorded our largest ever jump in the salary guide with an average of 17%. Huge. With this rapidly increasing inflation already impacting demand, Jerome Powell's Fed instituted its most restrictive monetary policy since Paul Volcker, moving interest rates 4 points in as many months. 3 impacts of reduced margins for MedTech providers, lack of willingness to purchase new product by cash-strapped hospitals, and the premium on capital meant that by the beginning of 2023, MedTech manufacturers, who investors were not happy with their quarterly reports, started to adjust the only way they could: headcount. This resulted in 20,000 people being laid off from Philips, Medtronic, and 3M alone. Even the reliable MedTech startup engine sputtered with cash already at a premium. It was exacerbated by the collapse of SVP, First Republic, and Signature, while at the same time capital was siphoned off to invest in the blockbuster GLP-1 drugs. Okay, I'll stop being a Debbie Downer about the past. What will 2024 look like? Well, let's look at the downward pressures that we just articulated. First, it looks like the Fed has learned a lot since the early 80s, is on approach for a soft landing, with inflations and interest rates starting to really mitigate slowly. The combination of price and COGS and labor reduction means that both hospitals and MedTech manufacturers are heading back to their traditional margins. And number 3, the investment community, along with the cost of capital, is starting to add sips of capital to fuel back the sputtering engine of the startup community. This, combined with the fact that our consumption of healthcare per capita and total consumption has continued to climb by 4.8%. With the rest of the economy maybe cooling, we think more money will come back to MedTech's more predictable returns. Therefore, I predict that the volatility will abate with a return to much appreciated normalcy in the rate of hiring. But with employment levels still at historic highs and many candidates shell-shocked from 2023, it will take more to attract the best of the best. And if hiring's in your cards, let's step into the future together and improve lives by uniting great people with great companies. Overall, my crystal ball projects a welcome, albeit slow, return to normalcy after 3.5 years of total volatility. And I hope these insights give you the encouragement you need as we step into 2024. By the way, for an extra peek in our hiring trends we're seeing this year, check out FloodGate Medical's 2024 compensation guide and let me know what you're seeing on the MedTech horizon and if we can help you in this prosperous new year. Thank you.